Assalamu alaikum. Brothers, please come forward so that the people's coming inside has some space. Also, we have space downstairs. Any person who is standing outside, please come downstairs or come forward. Thank you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله
لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله خالق الوجود من العدم وجاعل النور من الظلم ومخرج الصبر من الألم فملك التوبة على الندم فنشكره على المصائب كما نشكره على النعم، ونصلي على رسوله الأكرم ذي الشرف الأشم والنور الأتم والكتاب المحكم وكمال النبيين والخاتم سيد ولد آدم الذي بشر به عيسى بن مريم، ودعا لبعثته إبراهيم عليه السلام حين كان يرفع قواعد بيت الله المحرم، فصلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أتباعه خير الأمم الذين بارك الله بهم كافة الناس العرب منهم والعجم. فالحمد لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا، من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فقد قال جل وعلا في كتابه العزيز وفرقانه الحميد بعد أن أقول أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال يا نوح إنه ليس من أهلك إنه عمل غير صالح فلا تسألني ما ليس لك به علم إني أعظك أن تكون من الجاهلين. قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني أكن من الخاسرين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. In the few moments that I have with you here today, I'd like to share with you a dua of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, which Allah records within the Qur'an. And before going into this dua, just a bit context regarding Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam and his nation. Allah refers to that nation in a very unique way compared to all other nations. And all other nations, when they rebelled, Allah spoke about their rebelliousness. But when Allah Azza wa Jal speaks about the nation of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, He says, إِنَّهُمْ كَانُوا هُمْ أَظْلَمَ وَأَطْغَى. They were the most rebellious of all nations. And the reason being, it's very simple and it's understandable, because they had so many generations after generations of accepting the da'wah of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. As many of us know that Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam gave da'wah for approximately 950 years. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ فَلَبِثَ فِيهِمْ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ إِلَّا 50 عَامًا. So within close to 1,000 years, each century you have 2 or 3 generations. So it comes out to being like 30 or plus generations where they kept on rebelling and they rejected Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. And the scholars mentioned that there was no other nation, there was no other people alive except for the people of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. And the dua which I'm about to share with you, it's at the last moment of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam's life, where Allah Azza wa Jal tells Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam that a time has come now, you should build the ark with your people. And I will save you, your people, your family, everyone except your wife. So Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam was commanded to build the ark. And now at that current moment, the flood is about to come. And that intimate relationship, of course, that he had with his son, despite knowing that his son is a disbeliever, he still calls his son towards Allah. And he says to his son that you should accept the da'wah. And look at the response that the son gave. He said, قَالَ سَآوِي إِلَى جَبَلٍ يَعْصِمُنِي مِنَ الْمَاءِ. You know, I don't need your help. I'll seek enmity and refuge near the corner of the mountain. The son gave a logical explanation. هَذَا عَقْلٌ. The scholars mentioned this is the intellect. What did the response the father gave? قَالَ لَا عَاصِمَ الْيَوْمِ مِنْ أَمْرِ اللَّهِ إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِمَ وَهَذَا وَحْيٌ. This is revelation, that no one will be able to protect themselves and no one will be able to seek refuge except for those who Allah has rahim upon, Allah has mercy upon. وَحَالَ بَيْنَهُمَا الْمَوْجُ فَكَانَ مِنَ الْمُغْرَقِينَ. The wind came and the flood came, the storm came and it wiped him out. وَهَذِهِ نَتِيجَةٌ. The scholars mention, فَمَنْ قَدَّمَ عَقْلَهُ عَلَى الْكِتَابِ وَالسُّنَّةِ غَرَقٍ. The person who uses his intellect above the Qur'an and the Sunnah, he will drown. So Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, this is his son, he loves his son, we all love our children. He makes a plea to Allah. He says, وَنَادَى نُوحٌ رَبَّهُ فَقَالَ رَبِّ إِنَّ بِنِي مِنْ أَهْلِي. Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam calls out to Allah and he says that, oh Allah, my son is from my family. وَإِنَّ وَعْدَكَ الْحَقِّ. And your wa'da is true, your promise is true. وَأَنْتَ أَحْكَمُ الْحَاكِمِينَ. And you're from the best of decision makers. You know, this is not actually the prayer, but it's like asking without asking. So the thing that we learn from over here is, Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, in a very respectful voice, he says that my son is from my family, and you said you will save my family. The thing that we learn over here, the first point that needs to be highlighted, regardless of how bad your situation may be, your tone and your respect must remain with Allah. No matter how bad your situation may be, or you feel like, the earth should just sink you in and your situation is so bad, never lose your tone and your respect with Allah Azza wa Jal, no matter how bad your situation is. And one of the things that needs to be understood over here, if Allah wanted, He could have told him from before that I'm not going to save your son, just like He said, I'm not going to save your wife will not be protected. But the Anbiya went through certain pain and certain tragedies within their life that Allah records in the Qur'an, a lesson for each and every single one of us, that you and I will experience certain pain with our children. This is the pain that Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam went. And Allah Azza wa Jal responded back by saying, قَالَ يَا نُوحْ إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ. Oh Nuh, your child, Canaan, is not from amongst your family. Why did Allah say this? Because for Anbiya and prophets, it's not about the blood relationship, it's the relationship of the faith. Allah has made faith more thicker than blood. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam very often used to say that Salman al-Farsi, clearly who's not an Arab, used to say he's from amongst my family. You and I are more closer to the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam than Abu Talib and Abu Lahab and many of his other family members from the Quraysh. For Anbiya, what's the principle is faith. Allah has made faith more thicker and more stronger than blood. Forget about the blood relationship that you have with your brother. Think about the relationship that you have with another Muslim individual, brother or sister. It's more stronger than blood relationship. إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٍ. He is of no good deed. Not his deeds are no good. He is of no good deed. Means a person who is a disbeliever, he's completely regardless to Allah. He's completely useless to Allah. فَلَا تَسْأَلْنِ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. Don't dare ask me regarding which you do not have any knowledge regarding. إِنِّي أَعِذُكَ أَن تَكُونَ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Allah says that I am counseling you, O Nuh. Don't be amongst those who are impulsive. Don't be amongst, jahil doesn't only mean to be ignorant, but a person who's always impulsive, he does things without not knowing that it's actually wrong. So don't ask regarding that which you do not have any knowledge regarding. Don't dare be amongst those who are impulsive. And look at Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, the pain that he is going through. You just can't stop loving your son. You just can't stop loving your child because he's from your body. He's a part of you. But the pain that Allah Azza wa Jal made Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam go through remains a lesson for history to not repeat and not do the same. And then here comes the dua for the evening that Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam made. قَالَ رَبِّ إِنِّي أَعُوذُ بِكَ أَنْ أَسْأَلَكَ مَا لَيْسَ لِي بِهِ عِلْمٍ. That, oh Allah, I seek protection. Isti'adha means to seek protection from something that overpowers you. Just like we say, A'udhu billah, because shaitan overpowers us and overwhelms us with waswasa and commands us to do bad, and that's why we do bad. So he said, Inni a'idhuka, that I seek protection. One of the great scholars of tafsir, Sheikh Sha'arawi, mentions that why is it that he seeks protection and he asked. Remember, su'al is not only asked, but he's requesting from Allah to give him the capacity and the ability not to request the wrong thing, is because often we request from Allah the wrong things. You find many Muslims, yeah, okay, whatever the Qur'an says is okay, but I want to know, I just want this for myself. I want to know if it's right. I want to do it. What we're learning over here is, you don't know what is right for yourself. Often we desire and we ask for the wrong things from Allah. We're always desiring and asking Allah for the wrong things. You and I need to know what Allah and His Messenger like, and those are the things that you and I should request from Allah and His Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. That's what you and I should be asking. Because often our hearts, when we're filled with emotions, our hearts are directed towards something else and we're desiring something else. If the minister's wife, when seducing Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, if she knew what Allah wanted, she would perhaps not done that. So he says, Inni a'idhuka. قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي. I don't want to ask you regarding which I do not know. Oh Allah, protect me from that. Many of us don't know what we want for ourselves, and that's why we end up asking the wrong thing from Allah. You need to research and you need to learn, do your homework of what Allah and His Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam want for you, and that is what you should be requesting. So he says, قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم. وَإِلَّا تَغْفِرْ لِي وَتَرْحَمْنِي أَكُمْ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Oh Allah, if you do not pardon me and have raham upon me, I will be from amongst those who are the losers and the wrongdoers. If you really think about it, at that time, in that ark, when Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam was protecting himself, there was roughly about 80 people or so, after giving da'wah for 950 years. And if there was anyone who was from amongst those who were successful, was Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam and those few people. And even then, out of humility, he says, وَإِلَّا تَغْفِرْ لِي وَتَرْحَمْنِي أَكُمْ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. If you don't have pardon upon me, if you don't pardon me and forgive me and shower your mercy upon me, I will be from amongst the wrongdoers. Look at the humility of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, thinking that if I do one thing wrong and if I slip, what will happen to me? How often do you and I make mistakes after mistakes and never ask Allah for pardon and never do tawbah? And this is it's identical to the dua of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. رَبَّنَا ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا وَإِن لَمْ تَغْفِرْ لَنَا وَتَرْحَمْنَا لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. It's just identical, which shows that Anbiya have the same silsila. That Anbiya have the same tradition of humility and humbleness, presenting themselves in the court of Allah. So he says, وَإِلَّا تَغْفِرْ لِي وَتَرْحَمْنِي أَكُمْ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. If you do not pardon me, if you do not forgive me, O Allah, then I will be from amongst the transgressors and the wrongdoers. What is the essence of this dua? You are asking Allah to direct your heart towards that which is good. Because, oh Allah, I don't know what is correct for me. You know what is correct for me. Oh Allah, direct my heart and put my attention towards that which is beloved to you so that I can become your beloved. Let me repeat that once again. Oh Allah, direct my heart towards that which is beloved to you so that I can become your beloved. Because many a times you and I don't know what we want for ourselves. You know, you have some young guy, you have some young girl, I want to be with that person, I want to be with that person, I want to do this, I want to do that thing. You need to ask Allah and take a step back in your life and ask Allah to direct you towards that which is good for you so that you could become beloved to Allah. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us the ability to recite this dua and contemplate and learn the lessons within the Qur'an. وصلى اللهم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ألا إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. A quick short announcement, inshallah. A few brothers from Queens who are purchasing a church, a Sri Lankan community, inshallah. They are purchasing a masjid and they need your support, and they're here for your generous support and donation, inshallah. Usually the notion is, I don't know these brothers, I will never probably perhaps pray in this masjid or whatever. That's not the notion that Muslims should have. We are all one body, we are all one community, all the masajid belongs to Allah. Remember, this is your investment towards the hereafter. So inshallah, when exiting the masjid, you will see the brothers standing outside. Please donate generously, inshallah, and support them. This is your investment towards the hereafter, whether you donate $1 or you donate $10 or $100, whatever it may be, this is your investment in your trade with Allah. Allah will compensate you in the hereafter. Allahumma taqabbal minna. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته قال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم أرحم أمتي بأمتي أبو بكر وأشدهم في أمر الله عمر وأصدقهم حياء عثمان وقضاهم علي وفاطمة سيدة نساء أهل الجنة رضي الله تعالى عنها وعنهم اللهم انصر المسلمين في كل مكان اللهم انصر المسلمين في كل مكان اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وجعلنا منهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين اللهم استعملنا وتقبلنا لخدمة دينك. اللهم استعملنا وتقبلنا لخدمة دينك. اللهم طهر قلوبنا من النفاق وأعمالنا من الرياء وألسنتنا من الكذب. اللهم تقبل رجالنا ونساءنا وأطفالنا كما تقبلت من عبادك الصالحين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أقم الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.
Brothers, there's plenty of places downstairs if you want. If there's no room in the back, there's lots of room downstairs. الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Dear brothers, please proceed downstairs. Inshallah, there's enough space downstairs. Those brothers who are standing outside, please, we humbly request that you go downstairs, inshallah. Yarhamani yarhamkumullah. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ولو أن لكل نفس ظلمت ما في الأرض لافتدت به وأسروا الندامة لما رأوا العذاب وقضي بينهم بالقسط وهم لا يظلمون. ألا إن لله ما في السماوات والأرض ألا إن وعد الله حق ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. هو يحيي ويميت وإليه ترجعون. يا أيها الناس قد جاءتكم موعظة من ربكم وشفاء لما في الصدور وهدى ورحمة للمؤمنين. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته فبذلك فليفرحوا هو خير ما يجمعون الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ونادى نوح ربه فقال رب إن ابني من أهلي وإن وعدك الحق وأنت أحكم الحاكمين قال يا نوح إنه ليس من أهلك إنه عمل غير صالح فلا تسألني ما ليس لك به علم إني أعظك أن تكون من الجاهلين قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني أكن من الخاسرين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله استغفر الله استغفر الله.
Alhamdulillah. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then our Imam, our